My brothers and sisters, welcome back to the Action Academy podcast, the show where I help you get freaking stinking rich, happy and successful and free with a capital F in your life and business. And speaking of free, we give you all the information you could ever need for free on the podcast. But if information was the answer, we'd all be billionaires with six-pack abs. So what's missing is accountability, community, and exposure. So if you are looking for your tribe, your people, your peers, partners, and mentors, check out the Action Academy community. You can find the link in the show description or at theactionacademy.co.co. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do an entrepreneurial case study. I'm trying to get this guy on the podcast, but right now he is on top of the mountain. He's riding high, so we'll see how the conversation goes. But I wanted to do a case study on him nonetheless, because this guy has not only had one successful business exit for multiple high 8 to 9 figures, he just had his second business exit. And the way that he did it is not only the most entertaining story ever, but it serves for a really good lesson for your life and business that you can apply at the end of this episode. So first, I'm going to share his story, how he did it once and how he did it again. And then we're going to go into the lesson for you guys to apply as we go into the weekend. So we got a little bit of entertainment for you. We got a little bit of life lessons. It's the whole package. Definitely worthy of a 5-star rating and a review. I think so, at least. Let's get to it. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to tell you guys how to make hundreds of millions of dollars by manipulating the psychology of high schoolers. Sounds easy? Guess what? It is. So today's entrepreneurial case study features an entrepreneur named Nikita Bier, who's an app developer with an interest in human psychology. So before we talk about what exit he just had for about $100 million, let's rewind the clock 6 years ago so that you guys can understand what makes today's exit so freaking interesting and entertaining. So Nikita took a look at all the different fintech companies, all the sexy startups, all the problems that need to be solved in the world. And he said, you know what? This is all really difficult. This is challenging. This isn't much fun for me. I want to do this in the easiest way possible and just get rich as shit. So honestly, I admire the candor. This guy knew what he wanted and he wanted to do it in the easiest way possible. So how did he decide to go about this 6 years ago? He decided to develop an app for teenagers. So what happens next is quite possibly the best masterclass in virality that I've ever seen play out. So what Nikita did with these high schoolers, I believe, can be applied in any market segment with any control group to manufacture virality at scale. So when you're thinking about how do you make an app that goes viral for teenagers, a lot of social media companies are asking that question and spending hundreds of millions to billions of dollars to figure out the answer, correct? So what you would think, you and me, I would think that you would pour a bunch of marketing dollars, like $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, take on venture capital, and then maybe go the influencer route, right? Where you get someone like a celebrity, a Kardashian, to post a video of them using your app, or maybe a popular TV show, YouTube star, whatever have you. And then go kind of like the scale route to where you just blast the message far and wide, and then that's what's going to get the most exposure. But Nikita actually did this the opposite. So what he did was he focused on a group of high schools in rural Alabama. Why he chose these particular 3 high schools, I'm not entirely sure. But he decided that he wanted to focus on just 3 high schools for the launch of his app. And then that's where the virus was going to be born and then spread across all the rest of the high schools in the nation. So he started super specifically and then grew from there. The name of this app was TBH. And what it was essentially an anonymous compliment app. So you join this compliment app and you get notifications saying, so-and-so thinks that you're cute, or so-and-so rated you athletic or cool or popular. And you would have a little paywall that you would have to pay for membership, like $2.99, $7.99, to be able to see who thought that you were interesting. Yeah, this is like freaking crack. It's so simple when you freaking think of it. But this is where he started. So that was the entire app. That's the psychology he's playing off of, is when you log into the app, you get all these different notifications of people that are saying things about you, and you can't see them until you pay the money to see them. Genius, right? But wait, there's more. It gets even better. So here's how Nikita launches the app, right? He spends $0 in marketing. He does no influencer ads, no social media ads. All he does is he creates a private Instagram account called TBH, and it's got a launch date and a little bit of copy in the bio. And what he does is him and his team go and follow all the students in these 3 high schools. Now, this is a private account, so they can't even follow back and see what's on the profile. So all these kids are requesting to follow TBH, and they have no idea what it is, but it's just got a really captivating piece of copy for the tagline, and it's got a launch date, right? So they slowly follow all the kids in the high school through 3 different high schools in the same county in Alabama. And then one day he has a member of his team sitting outside waiting for all of the kids to get released from school. And as soon as they see them start to get into the bus, they start accepting all the requests and then immediately start posting so-and-so has rated so-and-so attractive, or so-and-so has rated so-and-so so athletic, and download the app to see who did it. And then so immediately all of these kids go and accept it and start downloading the freaking app. So what happens next? It becomes mega viral within months. It gets up to millions and millions of active daily users paying $7.99, $12.99 a month. It immediately skyrockets the revenue. And I'll fast forward to the end of the freaking story. Facebook buys it 6 years ago for $100 million. And then guess what happens? Nothing. The app literally dies because Facebook decides to make a strategic pivot with its marketing and does not want to focus on TBH. So TBH dies. I have no clue why they spent $100 million and they made that pivot. But what happens next is the reason that we're doing this podcast. So because he got bought out, normally what happens when companies get acquired is you either have a non-compete or you have to stick around for X amount of years after acquisition. So for the next 5 years, Nikita is rich. He got his goal, but now he can't do anything. And so he sits in silence for 5 years, and he's just waiting for this Facebook moratorium to be done so that he can do another app and create something which is what his wheelhouse is and what he enjoys doing. So after 5 years of waiting, we now arrive at 2022. And what does Nikita do after 5 years of being in mental prison after being silenced by Facebook? The same thing all over again. This dude goes and creates another app called Gas. The app's called Gas, and it's the same exact thing as TBH. The same exact strategy, the same exact app, the same exact thing. He just names it something differently. And here's what happens next. He launches it in October 2022, October 11th, 2022, #1 app in the App Store. October 21st, 10 days later, 1 million daily active users paying. October 23rd, $1 million in sales. December 1st, my birthday, 5 million in sales. And now 3 days ago, on January 17th, Nikita sells Gas app to Discord for multi 8 to 9 figures. And this is all within 6 months. So within 6 months, this dude probably made $50 million in 6 months off of the same idea that he made $100 million off of 6 years ago. So what's the moral of today's story? The moral of today's story is stop trying to be sexy. Stop trying to be cute with your ideas and stop trying to change the world with every single business you start, with every idea that you create. The blue ocean strategy is the hardest strategy to implement and to pull off well. Your odds of success are going to be significantly less to be able to create that new Facebook, that new TikTok, that new social media app like that. Follow playbooks. Stop trying to do the new sexy real estate strategy and instead follow the playbook of people that have made multi-millions and millions and millions of dollars and implement that playbook. Just do what you've done before to be successful and repeat it. That's how you scale. Just keep repeating it and improving and iterating and making the process smoother, more cost efficient, more streamlined, more organized. That's it. Making money is not as difficult as we all make it out to be, obviously, as we could just see what happened. Find the framework that interests you the most and put your own freaking spin on it. It's the same thing with social media content. Stop trying to create the new trend. Just plug your own original ideas into the box of whatever current trend is going on, and that's how you get viral. This is how you make millions of dollars in business. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Follow the playbook. Make your freaking dough. Ride off into the sunset. The best part of all of this is Nikita literally called his shot and basically said, watch this, before he did it. And he called everything that was going to happen because one of my favorite podcasts is My First Million, and they're friends with him. And they were walking us through step by step how he was in their group chat saying, hey guys, I'm going to start a new app, going to do the same exact thing, and I'm going to sell for millions and millions and millions of dollars. Check this out. Watch what happens. And he literally did it. So I have a lot of respect for people that call their shots and then make them happen. So go call your shots and make them happen today and this weekend. Guys, I'll talk to you on Monday. See you soon.